was some verbiage in there, it was written by an attorney, they probably spent a lot of money.
Wow.
There was some verbiage in there I didn't like, so whenever I didn't like, it, no, and I signed it, and I told Sid, I'll give it to him, and tell him you're not agreeing to that, but you're not wearing your face mask either, because you're agreeing to all the hair stuff. And she said she had it to the lady, and said there's a stuff crossed out my dad doesn't like, she said the lady says, that's fine, put it in the folder, and said, you're good.
Wow.
That's
Holton?
There will be two minor changes.
My third, yeah. Oh, my third grader gets a letter home every day. I had to ask her 3 times to put her mask on. And during snacks, she tried to take it off. And I'm like, oh, do you want her eating with it? Yes, they have to eat with their mask on.
So then.
It was not helping anything. I mean,
Sent home to quarantine for 7 days, and now she was exposed.
oh,
And I'm thinking, wait a minute now, if face masks are required and they actually work, then why is there
Right.
quarantine missing somebody?
Who is the letter from?
Yes.
Dalton Township?
The letter
Was it from the health
The
department?
release letter?
No, the telling her she has quarantine.
Oh, the school just told her.
yeah.
You were exposed.
Because I don't think the health department's requiring it.
Well, the health department is the only one that legally can
Ah.
tell you have
Oh,
to.
I think school is, so you have to go on, John Day, as
I think if I was in that
far as I know.
in school at that time, I would have been going around, what family has it? I think the other.
Read some over here.
I missed the whole.
You wanna go make out with me?
We have to maintain less than 6 feet from 15 minutes.
Oh.
Let's play Scrabble, come on, everybody, something to do. All right, we'll call the meeting to order, our planning session. Let's see, we'll go through roll call. Dave, I'm here. Jesse? Sure. Nick?
Here.
Lee is excused. John?
Here.
Casey?
Here.
And Todd?
Here.
All right. Approval of the agenda. Is there anything to add to this, Stephen?
No, there's not.
Just this thing, just for the package?
Yes, there's just an additional.
All right. Favorite part? We will open up the public comment at 6:02. Since we have no public or comment, we will close it at 6:02. Unfinished business, we will go on to this site plan for the Sweeter Road project. Now, there's no address for this yet. It's still 0 Sweeter Road. Is that going to be anything we have to deal with?
No, central dispatch will issue an address when they go through zoning and permitting.
Okay.
I think Consumers Energy assigns your address. Every time we've ever had a vacant parcel, they get to do the honors, and they let you choose sometimes.
I think consumers used to, and I think central took it over.
That's nice.
Just get to pick a number between.
Now you don't
the
get to
house and
pick
the lot.
anything, I'm sure, Central Dispatch. This is your address!
Is that the only exterior lighting that you're required to have on that, is the one that shows one security light over an overhead door and then one above the door? There's like just the 2 over door. I mean, I know that they're gonna be under much tighter things when the state gets involved with that. For the grower has a whole load of security and things they have to provide.
I'm not sure if there's a minimum amount of lighting.
I don't remember what the credit is.
I'll make sure to look that up.
But really, that goes to the building department anyway. I mean, don't they look over buildings? They always look over our buildings. So,
Right, but you're saying if there was a minimum amount of lights required per the zoning standards.
oh, I don't
Just like we have a
remember reading
maximum,
anything,
you
I
know.
just,
There probably will be for the parking.
yes, exactly, parking has different. This looks pretty standard, whenever we build a building, one over the big door and one over the little door.
There will be cameras everywhere.
And I'm guessing they'll put in way more lights than this, because cameras don't work very well without lots of lights, so.
Anyone see anything that we're missing?
They already say they're gonna follow the township's ordinance. They say right here, all exterior lighting will be limited to the standards set forth in section 425 of the township zoning ordinance. So clearly they've already looked at it.
I had never seen anything where it said there's a minimum.
No, and I just read 4.25, there's no minimum, it
That's
just
what, I've
tells
never
you what
seen it, but I
direction
thought
and,
maybe there was someplace I missed something, but we
Nope.
never discussed that. And Todd, I think almost that first jig on there, and coming off of Sweeter Road.
Right.
That must be where that post, that one, that
Markers.
That marker's right there, because look at, they're gonna actually come in from the, I guess that would be the south side of the building.
Yeah.
So it's not, I was thinking they'd come in, follow that existing track on the other side.
So there's no existing houses
There's nothing out there.
around it?
No.
Because here he talked about,
There's one house across the street on that
I
side,
haven't been there, so.
and then that's pretty much it for that parcel.
Across the road, there's one.
Yeah. It's kind of where his driveway would be right here. It's probably about there.
Didn't he say there was something on the east corner too? On the east side of the property, there was
Wasn't visible.
forgot the distance he told me, I wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah, I think he did state
There
it
is
was a
a-
pretty substantial distance. That property is, that's a pretty good parcel. I never bring them on him the last time.
No, I'm happy with the way he's submitted.
We can ask him again, I think, just to make sure that it's good for him to.
If there is a home there, as long as he's got the setbacks and everything, he's fine, right?
Yeah.
The only thing I'm wondering is, well, let's see, towards the southeast corner of his site where they show the existing tree line, and it's outside of the property corners. And then as you go north end of this property, it shows what area they want to clear. They say it's existing blueberry field, right? But it's wooded all around it, right? So do we want to require, you know, to maintain a 50-foot wooded buffer per se along the property lines for any future expansion or whatnot, since it's a budding, potentially residential property, you know, which covers the screening, you know, where commercial uses abut residential uses, appropriate screening system of fence or screening, blah, 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 is supposed to be there. So that you're not in a situation in 5 years and somebody says, well, my property's not worth nothing because now there's a facility right there and I can't sell it, somebody build a house. You need to make them put a fence there.
I think it's a fair.
Well, no, we can't make them put a fence there because we approved them without a fence.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying required to put a fence there, but either, you know, leave a wooded buffer, or if you take it out, then put a fence there.
So on the,
Does that make sense?
You know, the abandoned blueberry bushes have gotta be 7 feet, 8 foot. I mean,
Right.
I'm not really, I'm surprised, but
Right.
that's like a wall in itself, but that probably won't remain that way forever. I can't visualize or remember the wood line, tree line.
They kind of show it here on the drawing, I mean, I haven't seen
Yeah.
it, but I see it, you know, they have a tree line drawn in there, which looks like an adequate buffer,
That's
enough.
reasonable, would you require then for the owner to leave what's there, or I don't know how you'd word that, but
Something to that effect, that,
Not
hey, you need to
remove.
maintain a 50-foot wooded buffer because it abuts residential
Yeah.
property, and
yeah, it is a
so if you
weird,
want to remove the buffer, then you need to provide screening to match what the zoning requires for screening, because if it was just a wide open field and there was houses all around there, we'd be telling them, you gotta put a 6-foot high fence.
right,
Right, so I'm just saying for down the road, not to make it do anything more right now.
it's odd how that lot is zigzag the way it is, but,
so like a 50-foot buffer?
I'm just throwing a number.
Yeah, I
out,
mean,
but
that's-
reasonable.
I think that's reasonable.
I mean,
yeah, he's got plenty of 50 foot to work with.
So it looks like the distance from the building site to that corner of the nearest property line is 25 feet.
Yeah,
Um,
yep, I see that rotate corner right there.
So you just need to eat into his building area another 25 feet in order to make that at that corner. Or you could provide
Oh,
that
yeah,
separate for that corner.
Well, according to this, he doesn't even have, that tree line doesn't even come close to that.
Right,
Yeah.
so maybe fence just those little odd corners there, right there, just to take care of that, and then the rest of it, just ask for a buffer to stay there maybe? You know, maybe just asking to fence this. Leave the rest of it alone.
Could you word it in a way to,
Just the
where
way-
applicable, leave 50 foot of a buffer?
Something like that maybe.
Or where the tree line, in the absence of the tree line,
Provide a fence, provide a screening.
screening fence
Yeah.
He
at a
could
certain
move,
height.
he could move that building north and accommodate that request very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that makes the driveway longer, and makes it cost more money. But I would think just for the future use, we should have something like that, you know,
50-foot wooded buffer or a 6-foot high fence. I'll leave it open for them so that you don't have to fence the whole thing. Yeah, because right now, the way it is, you'd have to run along that 400 east-west line, right?
Right.
Fence from that tree line over.
Yeah, from that tree line to the west and then to the south, and to the west and to the south, and run back into the tree line again.
Yeah. So you've got 170, probably 150, 320.
He doesn't state what his security system will be, but it's pretty substantial, the things
The
that he's
state,
gonna require.
yeah.
And he's gonna have a lot of things that just, for the investment, you're gonna wanna have some sort of protection and something to keep something out. But he doesn't have that in anywhere, any of it's required. So I guess if we ask, maybe he'll say, I'm gonna do that anyways, and then we can say, we'll put that in. So 50-foot wooded buffer or 6-foot fence.
Or a buffer cannot be provided.
In absence of a tree line.
Yeah, something like that. I think would be reasonable.
But if he says he wants a fence in the building, a 25-foot around the parking lot, or
That would be fine too, right? Because like the screening set thing just says appropriate screening shall be provided as to shield residential propagation, noise, headlights, glare, blah, blah, blah. So that would be fine. Just so we do something to address that screening, I guess, so that down the road, we don't have somebody squawking that, why'd you let them do that?
And it meets that, we're definitely above, because in that one picture, you can see there to the southeast side of that, you can see a house in there. So it is close enough to that, that I think that would cover that. On the other side, you have the trees, would be.
But yeah, if they just want the fence in the parking lot, that'd be just good enough.
What
I think leave it open to them, you know, I mean, come on, easy.
isn't this the parcel right here? What's next, it looks like on the side of it, it's C2. Is the west side of the property line C2? Am I looking at am I on the right road?
I can tell you by looking at.
Yeah, can you?
It looks like down there.
Because you can even see the little
Right
squares
there.
there. So does that mean it's commercial on
I
the
just go by
side?
this map that says adjacent use vacant
Vacant, but
agricultural.
I think it's zoned C2.
Yeah, it might have been zone C2, but it's being used for agricultural,
Okay,
or it's vacant.
Oh, yeah,
that's,
you're right.
okay, that is the
That
parcel.
is it, yeah.
Okay.
So it is C2 to the west side of it.
That makes me feel a little
I'm
better.
going to be absent next week, but I would ask him, what does he know about the requirements from the state in terms of security, fencing, lighting? It seems like he would have added that if he knew, but maybe not, I don't know.
Well, when he talked to us before, he said that every single one is different. That the state just comes in and when they do the site
Really?
visit,
I
they
don't
just
know
say,
that.
you do this, you do this, and
Really?
they're not, doesn't seem to be,
Okay.
Right on.
which is probably really hard for
You
him.
you would likely need to do a minor site plan review amendment.
Okay.
That at the administrative level if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And as far as utilities, does he have anywhere on there where you will have septic?
He has a well and stuff that,
He does want something.
He's got a septic location.
And it would probably be propane, I would imagine.
No.
That's all gonna be covered. All right, well, it sounds like we've got a,
Yeah.
I think we're on to that one. That sounds like a very reasonable request. Anything anyone else wants to add, or?
So with the screening, you can approve that as part of the motion, as a requirement of approval, or a separate resolution as well. So I guess which one would you prefer, a separate resolution or approve it as a motion?
So we approve, we could make the motion to say we are approving it with the addition of the,
Yeah, screening requirements.
or is it better to do it as a separate?
The ordinance allows for both. It would be more immediate to get 40 minutes.
Okay.
So write me down what I should say, I'll say.
Oh, you want it to
I'll
read?
put a draft together.
Oh, you want it to read?
Well, you got your back, right? And it's like,
I put in my notes.
I don't know what
Make sure
it says
Jesse
there.
talks about screening.
I don't know, just,
What, everyone's got an arrow pointing to us. What he said. All right, that pretty well takes care of that then, I think. And then the draft amendment, attached garages. Did we just do these? That's what I would.
We discussed it, but a draft was never prepared. So I added it into the self-storage draft.
yeah, I'm talking about that, 100% of the floor area. Not measuring the thousand.
And that
So
allows
it's never finished then?
That's the garage below and the building above.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like something we'd say.
Yeah, we went off of
I
that.
think that was,
But the mini warehousing, that's good.
That was discussed in July,
Was it?
yes.
That's because Guard Dog they wanted to add outdoor storage and it wasn't permitted.
There's nothing in the lot, is there?
There was in the old one, they
Yes.
took out one line that said something.
Yeah, line number 2 was deleted. It said,
Okay, so this is
That's the
revising
new
that to allow outdoor storage.
yeah, line 2 said, storage shall be interior only.
Yeah, all storage shall be in an inside an enclosed building, no outdoor storage shall be permitted, and that one's gone.
But don't we want to, I thought we talked about this, maybe not, don't we want to leave that, but allow it as a special use? So we can fit it where it fits and not just have every storage unit start piling stuff outside?
I think, so as it is now, they're currently, self-storage is allowed as a special use. So I believe in order to add exterior storage, and we may want to add a line that says, adding exterior storage would require an amendment to an existing special land use. Just to clarify that. Or it would require
I mean,
site plan review approval
storage units right now are permitted in commercial, right?
as a special land use.
Oh, only as a special land use?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm gonna double check that. And a change of use like that would also need site plan review approval, so you would need to approve it regardless of whether or not they need to amend the special land use.
so they need to specify where the outside storage would be.
Correct.
Okay. So that would be part of our checks and balances then when we do a site plan review for that, we'd have to make sure that.
But how this one's worded right now, though, I guess what I'm envisioning is that any existing units could just add outdoor storage. If we revise it this way, right?
Yes, potentially.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so
Want
we
that
should-
left as special use though, right, because.
We can add in a line about exterior uses permitted upon approval by the planning commission.
That's a good way. That sounds like something we'd say.
Something like that.
Put Nick's name.
So we don't get some adverse reactions from trying to open it up and then causing,
Yeah, make one thing better and then cause two problems.
That's true. I mean, that does have in there about the buffering and the same thing we just started talking about with there, the landscaping and buffering shall be provided in accordance with section zoning ordinance. The outside storage should be something that, again, that isn't an eyesore from the outside. We can make sure that's. Otherwise, I think that looks good.
yeah.
So we go back to the attached garage. I just want to make sure I'm interpreting this correct. So I can put a garage or a base, ground floor as my garage, but it can't exceed 1,000 square feet, and then I can put 1,000 square feet on top of that and call that my living space.
Correct.
And if I build a 900 square foot home and I detach a 1,000 square foot garage to that, that's how I'm interpreting this?
It can be 900, it can't be more than 100% of the.
Oh, it can't be more than 100%.
of the
So I can do
square
900,
feet.
900, I can do 1,000, 1,000.
Right, 'cause right now I think it's limited at 720,
Okay.
if I remember right.
900 might be difficult because it's
No, it's not that.
1,000 minimum
Is a house?
for a house.
Okay. All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure I understood that. Thank you.
All right, that was pretty easy.
That's it?
All right, well, with our, I believe we've covered everything.
Yeah, I can prepare a revised draft for you for next week. Just ignore the one from the packets tonight and I'll email it out.
Okay.
Hopefully tomorrow.
And are we good with just keeping these and using these? Or do you? Oh,
Yes.
great.
And then I'll email you the revised draft. You just take out the last
Just the
two
draft
pages.
ordinance, just the new
Yeah.
ordinance.
You can just take out the last two pages and put those ones in.
Got it. Board meeting the other week, did I hear something about ATVs or had a bunch of people calling me asking?
Yeah,
me?
they passed an ordinance, ATV ordinance and golf cart ordinance. What was within them, I don't know, but they passed them. I think Lori, she said she mainly followed the state requirements.
Cool. Effective immediately, or are they,
It's,
I don't know.
I believe it's 30 days after publication, which was Sunday.
Okay.
And then they also have to pass a resolution for the application process.
Because they're gonna do like the Lyington thing where you get $25 and you get a sticker put on yours and.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a fee or not, but they have a sticker that they'll give you
I think it's a great
every
idea.
year.
I think you should have to pay.
So you ever turn in
That
an
sticker must
application
cost
and
at
get a
least
sticker
50 cents.
From the township.
Correct.
Is
Okay,
that
that's
ordinance
different. I've never heard of that.
published yet? Is there, can one go find it and read it, or?
Yeah, it's available.
I looked for the minutes on the board meeting the other day and I couldn't find them, but.
He sent a thing out that said the minutes from the board meeting, and I tried to open it and it did not open.
Yeah.
The minutes from the September board meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, maybe that was the agenda. I think that was the
Might be the
agenda.
agenda.
The agenda didn't open, that's what it was.
Okay. I know they haven't approved those yet, but they should be available for anyone to review upon request.
Right, because they don't post them online until they're.
Yeah.
That's something that really will affect us until we start getting into golf cart garages or.
Speed bumps.
Yeah, Jesse's driving his golf cart to work every day. Yeah.
Got a new Hemi on it.
Jeez, please. I go to our old man, it's like every other kid's got a
That's
golf cart.
one thing I'm curious to understand is what constitutes a golf cart, you know, I mean, there's all kinds of vehicles that are small with four wheels, and
There'll be that.
some are wild, and others are calm, tame,
Yeah.
but it'll be interesting.
We used to play Hickory Knoll real early in the morning, and there was a guy who took an old mail cart, one of the mail cars that they drive on the street, and he cut the top off and put a canopy on it.
Yeah.
And that thing, you'd hear about there, he.
did 60 miles an hour.
It was hilarious, he played, I think, he,
That's a good idea.
30 minutes, he was done. All right, any other motions? If not, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make most to adjourn.
All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I don't like these ones are low key. Don't have any of that stuff in there. Okay, we're not gonna let dogs and cats live together.
Not too many dogs and cats.
It's about better than keep them simple.